Yeah, I know my hair is all kind of wacky. I am a bit in a more of a who gives a shit mode right now. So, well. Would you actually have fucking have known it? Had you were worried of knowing it? And again, this show isn't for the young ones, if so. But if you are that irresponsible to put this kind of a show of a eh, this kind of a show which covers a lot of behind the scenes and trying to bring a lot of things to let you know a lot of stuff and a lot of people are trying to do that in their own right. But we kind of do it the rat way here in Cosmic Solace because we come for everybody. Yes. And we give a lot of perspectives. At least I think. At least I think so. I personally think that this show is the number one show. I know. Everyone fucking says that. This is the best show, even though it's not does not even have 10 subscribers. Yeah, but you gotta love how this is just kind of like a chill out kind of podcast, whilst getting down deep down dirty with the current events. But yeah, So Jesslyn Maxwell isn't being put to trial, and because obviously because we have a president in the White House who I gotta say I don't know. Put a one in the chat if you think that Yoki's high he's on the list. Put a two if you don't. I personally do not think he's on the list, but that's just an opinion, okay? Because if he was, why would he be doing whatever he can to exploit these people? Why would he call Maxwell to the courts? Why would he do all of this? Any of this? Well, then he should have. He said that he had the files. All right, one of two things that can be true, right? Let's let's actually just say, you know, that that he does have the files and he's doing some crazy editing. That's a big topic, or a big talking point or hypothesis that he has the files, he's on it, and he's doing a lot of editing and stuff. Or there are people in maybe not in his cabinet, but in Congress and in the House that are on that list that also are just like so freaking diehard to release this. Yeah, and not to release this, but are so diehard fans. Maybe not diehard fans, but just I gotta say, huge advocates for the certain people on the list. I mean, it's really clear that it was what 42. 42 is on the list. You know what I mean? P42. Uh, the one that did like early to late 90s, did 2 terms. Yeah. Well, let's cover this actually. It was very hard to this is so Barry, and no, I don't call the I let me tell you this. Full disclosure, I was an Obama person. I really was when I was younger. When I was young in 2008 and even 2012, I was a big Obama supporter. I wasn't really into politics. I didn't really dabble into this. And I also thought that it's like, very surface level stuff. I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know that any of this. I didn't know a lot about politics either. But I will say, if this is proven to be true, everything they were throwing at 45, they should be throwing at 44 here.
Welcome to Barack Obama's Week from Hell. 2 investigations the liberal elite have spent nearly a decade burying just exploded wide open. First, DNI Tulsi Gabbard dropped a political nuke. Declassified documents proving Obama orchestrated a covert coup attempt against a duly elected president in 2016, referring him to the DOJ for prosecution. Then Ghislaine Maxwell broke her silence from prison, claiming she can recite the Epstein client list by heart, and declaring that she wants to testify before Congress. According to Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein kept meticulous records. So
now, again, YouTube, do not shadow ban me. This, I am not the one saying this, okay?
Called insurance files, packed with photos, videos, and documents designed to guarantee his protection. His words were chilling. With this kind of leverage, he'd never face justice. Among the most explosive pieces in that vault, footage of Barack Obama with underage boys on Epstein's island. The cover-up is collapsing. The walls are closing in. And Barack Obama's long-standing shield.
How much do you want to bet that, believe it or not, P44 has the list? He stole the list. I said on Monday, I have a huge suspicion that maybe I did or didn't. And even if I did or didn't, I do right now. I have a huge suspicion that he stole the list. 47 said, I have the list here, and it was a faux list. Because let me tell you this. You have to understand that if Obama successfully, maybe even not successfully, but somewhat, at least somewhat, maybe not, doesn't get all the charges, but if he is behind the coup that was to take out 47's campaign when he was trying to get to become 45, then it opens the floodgates to this stuff. Because let me ask you this. First of all, well, not ask you this. Let me tell you this. I mean, just if I don't know. This is so weird.
The corporate media echo chamber won't be able to save him this time. Before we dive in, a quick word about our partner, VP.net, the next generation of private browsing. VP.net is the only VPN designed with true zero-logging architecture. That means, unlike other VPNs, it literally can't track you. So even if governments or bad actors come knocking, there's nothing to hand over. It's that simple. Your data stays yours, period. DNI Tulsi Gabbard has been a thorn in Barack Obama's side for over a decade. Even back when she was a Democrat, she didn't toe the line. She held him to account. Most famously when she traveled to Syria and came back with a stunning revelation that Obama was funding and arming ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Now, as Director of National Intelligence, she's dropped another bombshell. According to newly declassified evidence, Obama isn't just guilty of aiding terrorists, he's guilty of treason.
This is going to, I swear to God, the Matrix will break. I said this on Monday. The Matrix is gonna break if this is true, because everybody is ogling how amazing Obama was. He was the most elegant. He was the most efficient, most well-spoken, most clear. This is the most shallow, nonsensical thing ever. And I swear to God, right from beneath from beneath everyone, and behind everybody's backs, he's arguably the biggest sleazebag ever.
The documents show his administration manufactured the entire Russiagate hoax, an elaborate attempt to sabotage and overthrow a duly elected president, a silent coup, a direct assault on democracy and the will of the American people.
This is an issue that is important to every single one of us as Americans. This is not a partisan issue. It has to do with the integrity and the strength of our democratic republic. And it lays out this over 100 documents that you're referencing that I released, declassified and released, spells out in great detail exactly what happened.
By the way, whether if it's in the chat or in the comment section, put a 1 in the chat if you think Obama is guilty of treason, and put a 2 if you think he isn't. Put a 3 if you think he is.
Happens when you have some of the most powerful people in our country directly leading at the helm, President Obama and his senior-most national security cabinet, James Comey, John Brennan, James Clapper, and Susan Rice, and others, essentially making a very intentional decision to create this manufactured, politicized piece of intelligence.
By the way, it wouldn't shock me if she becomes the next president. I'm very sure I'm not saying I'm very sure, but I'm confident Tulsi Gabbard will become the next president after Trump, after 47. I said just, oh my God, no, I destroyed the code word. Fuck. Freudian slips.
With the objective of subverting the will of the American people, who in November of 2016
Don't sue me, YouTube.
delivered a historic victory to President
Actually, you can sue me. I don't give a shit.
Trump, defeating Hillary Clinton. And President Obama and his team, their goal was to essentially not accept the decision of the American people.
Isn't that what, God.
And to use this manufactured, politicized intelligence as a means to enact what would become essentially a years-long coup against President Trump.
This isn't politics. This is sedition at the highest level. As if a criminal referral for treason wasn't enough, a second scandal is now barreling towards Barack Obama. One that threatens to shatter the carefully curated image he's hidden behind for years. This time it's not just politics, it's personal. And it's explosive. The mainstream media has done everything in its power to bury it. But the truth is clawing its way to the surface.
He's on the list. He's on the list, and I bet you anything he has it. I bet you his loyalists in Congress confiscated it. I'm not saying that because of the color of his skin, okay? You know, if you want to put skin color onto it, that's a you problem. You're the fucking racist, okay?
Talking about Obama's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, back-channel communication, private meetings, and most damning of all, his use of FBI-identified pedophile code words scattered across official emails and casual interviews, hiding in plain sight during his presidency. Now, Barack and Michelle are pushing a new narrative, one that's raising eyebrows across the country. They claim that every boy needs a gay male mentor to open his mind and guide him through life.
This, I gotta say, you want to know what's crazy? I will say this. I will absolutely say this. When I was in junior high and high school, the identity politics wars and the emasculinization was not very relevant, if relevant at all. Was there still some stuff like scuffling going around? Yeah. But it was kind of like standard. It was mostly peaceful. No one really gave that much of a shit. It was very live and let live. Very still traditional masculinity and femininity, masculine and feminine roles were still common sense. And then this guy comes in, and whether if it was before or after, somewhere in 2008, the housing market crashed, making it impossible for us to own homes. And on top of that, instead of reversing and making it better and saying we're gonna help them make the American dream come true, and we're gonna make sure that millennials have a place to live and stay. And same thing with Gen X. You know, Gen X were like in their 20s and 30s at the time. Millennials were in their teens and 20s. Yeah, just starting to hit their young adult years. If not, like some like early millennials were like full adult. They were not even 30 at the time. And all of a sudden but then later on, as time went on with that time frame, and Obama was president, yes, it felt good. But then over the years, those 8 years of his presidency, masculinity was becoming very, very shattered. Race relations went down the shitter. Gender relations went down the shitter. Everybody was starting to become very polarized. They want to say that 47 is the most divisive president. I would argue, looking back, I mean, I didn't think so. I didn't think much of it, what was going on. But 44, this guy is the most divisive. Oh, that's Trayvon Martin. Could have been my son. It started the BLM, then started Antifa. That shit started it all started in like 2010, 2011. Really huge in 2012. and things started to become even more polarized. Men were not becoming were not masculine anymore, or were millennial men uh, were just. That's when the simpocalypse really started to hit. You I'm just going on rambles, but do you know what? He was under his presidency, the 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 country actually got a lot weaker, more vulnerable, and we were just told a bunch of sweet nothings. Look at who freaking defends this guy. It's either femboys, tea people, if you know what I'm talking about. So femboys, trans folk, and very masculine women, people who don't know their place. I mean, like it's just like people don't know their roles anymore.
Not a father, not a strong family, but a stranger with the right ideology.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not.
They need a masculine, strong father figure. What are you gonna be saying here, Barry? You sack of shit.
Not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be
everything. He can't be everything.
Let me ask you this, you stupid fuck. Oh, one dad can't be everything. Then who makes the rules? Who holds law and order in the household? Who sets the tone? Who sets the rules? Who's the captain of the ship? Who's the king of the castle? I love how fucking rich. Not even. I'm not talking about like rich people who are making like six figures or something. I love how, and what I mean like six figures, I mean I'm talking about like plumbers and people, people who are successful. I'm not envious of people who are successful. I really hate how fucking clowns like Obama, who have never lived a normal person's life, want to dictate how a normal person should live.
And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned.
Shut up, Michael.
As a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
So in other words, so what does that have to do with the price of tea in China here? Do people not understand that the lack of testosterone, that testosterone levels are an all-time low, and men are fucking lost? Men ain't S. I know I'm getting a little off topic here from what I'm saying in the because this should be about the Maxwell being called to trial, but again, but if I swear to God, if Obama is saying crazy nonsense like this, sorry if this is misleading, but seriously, do you not understand how depressed men are these days? Do you not understand how discriminated against and castrated they are? Yet they are the ones. Why can't I find myself a good man? Why can't I do this? It's because this fucker created this confusion, this femboy culture.
I pity the boy who ends up with Barack and Big Mike as mentors. God help the next generation if that's the model they're supposed to follow. Because that's not guidance, that's indoctrination.
It is.
For years, Obama wore the mask of a loving husband, a family man, and a polished statesman. But that mask is slipping, and what's underneath is bringing everything crashing down.
Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said, I'll sign an affidavit. And he did. I'll take a lie detector. And he did. I smoked crack with Barack Obama and had sex with him. Well, that was obviously...
By the way, this is just real life. I didn't see this before, to be honest. I didn't see this video before, so I apologize if there's more Obama stuff than there is Maxwell stuff. So don't blame that on, well, yeah, blame it on me.
True. Nobody reported it, not because they were squeamish about sex or drugs, but because the Obama campaign said anyone who reports on this gets no access to the Obama campaign. And so they didn't report on it. So that happens. That's just one small example, but that happens all the time with lots of different issues. Barack Obama likes dudes. I think this was well known. Barack Obama said so himself in a letter to his girlfriend. And by the way, that's kind of Barack Obama's business. I'm not attacking him for liking dudes. I'm just saying the amount of lying in the media about it was unbelievable. Like, people knew this was true, and it was quite obviously true at the time. And people who covered the campaign didn't say anything about it because they didn't want to lose access to the campaign. You think you're holding government accountable, but actually they're controlling you. That's really the dynamic in Washington. But, you know, you're living in the soup, and it's hard to see it at work. And this is a long way of saying the conclusions I've reached are middle-aged conclusions. And that's a lot of it. Right. It's just that I've gotten older, and you can't see certain things when you're younger. And it's like young people, you'd think they'd be the most open-minded of all. They're the least open-minded because they're afraid of the future. So they want to believe whatever storyline they've been fed is true. Like, the only problem with America is white supremacy, and like our tax system is fair, and Kennedy was assassinated by a lone gunman, or whatever. They don't want to face like the terrifying unknown and complexities of the actual world we live in.
Unfortunately for the mainstream media and for those still clinging to
that has that has a lot to do with the lack of testosterone. Men are not acting like men anymore.
To their rose-colored view of the world, the truth is about to break through like a wrecking ball. Obama's secrets are no longer buried. The skeletons in his closet are rattling louder by the hour. And with Ghislaine Maxwell now offering to testify before Congress, the stakes couldn't
All right, here we go.
Be higher. She says that she's ready to name names, which means one thing. Her life is in serious danger, and she knows it. What she says now will change everything. We've got the details right after this quick word from our sponsor. We've all been fed the lie for decades that mindlessly chugging water is good for our health. We buy it without a second thought, or keep swallowing their poison. Barry Soetoro, better known by his CIA name Barack Obama, is facing a storm like never before. The man who once boasted of serving a third term through Joe Biden's auto pen is now sweating bullets as a political scandal of epic proportions threatens to unravel his legacy and land him behind bars for years to come. We spoke with Ghislaine Maxwell last week from prison, and what she revealed was nothing short of explosive. She's furious. According to her, the deal she made with federal prosecutors...
Okay, so I thought that this would be in the beginning.
This was never on it.
I thought this would be in the beginning, so if anybody has been following up at this point. Thank you very much. And if you are not subscribed, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're trying to get to create cosmic solace. You solace throughout the cosmos, and you get so, which means we need to bring the real truth behind and lifting the veil a lot of things, which means saying a lot of uncomfortable truths and not comfortable lies.
She was promised a slap on the wrist, just like Diddy. But now, Diddy is walking towards a sweetheart deal. Epstein is allegedly living freely in Israel under heavy protection, and she's the one left to rot in a prison cell for decades.
Oh boy. Let me tell you this. Two men get away with it, and she's the woman. I don't want to make this into a sex thing. I don't want to sound like a misogynist here. Okay? But we know how a lot of women, for the most part, are very emotional, and if a lot of the times they do things out of spite. So where am I going with this? I'm saying that if Diddy and JE get off scot-free, or if JE is in hiding and under Israeli protection, let's say if he is, and she's the one who gets to get raw dogged by the Congress and everyone else, oh boy howdy. Never underestimate a woman's mouth when she feels spited. She will puke. She will puke the truth. She will sit. People, she will say, puke everything. I honestly believe that is. I said this earlier in a previous episode. I personally think, if this is true, that JE, if he was working for a foreign entity, which is Israel, Netanyahu has the list. And she's going to say it. I'm not anti-Israel, okay? I am not anti-anything, but you gotta call out your countries when they're guilty of doing scuzzy things. In all fairness, I'm Greek. Well, I have an American accent. But I was born in Greece. I'm a dual citizen, and what happened? Not what happened, and it's like I know that Greece is guilty of doing tons of scuzzy garbage. You get roasted for it all the time.
Maxwell says she's done playing the game. The VIP elite abandoned her. She's a burnt asset. And now, desperate to get out of prison, she's ready to blow the whistle.
This sounds like a pump and dump situation. You're used for your goods, and then you're left out to dry. Nah, it was just all fun. Have fun, Jesslyn. And that's what I said earlier. Never underestimate the power of a woman's, like, wouldn't say willpower, but the power of a woman's spite. If she feels spited, you have to understand a lot of this. They're great equalizers. They want things to be fair, right? If she feels spited, she's gonna spite them. What do you think that means? she's gonna puke it all out.
What she told us could shatter reputations across the highest levels of power.
And that would basically all of your stupid fucking your bookstore books by your favorite fucking celebrity, besides maybe 47, the art of the deal. That means becoming or presidential, whatever the fuck his book was called. This bastard's book was called. Whatever all these former presidents becoming like authors and shit like that. That means everything that he said in those books were complete horse shit. And you've been duped.
According to Ghislaine, on Epstein Island, Barack Obama was known simply as Daddy. Not for his leadership, but for the attention he gave to the so-called island boys. Young, impressionable minors who, as she claims, were in awe of him and consented to bathe with him in rituals that she described as intimate and sexual. The media won't touch this, but we...
Projection. There, I see so many people on my and the reason why I say projection, it's like meaning like I see so many lefties, especially this one, this trans person. I'm not going to name any names, but they are hammering that 47 is this, and he likes to do all this illegal stuff. Yeah, they're saying all of the awful things that he is, and how amazing and clean Barry is. It's a whole freaking role reversal. It's a whole projection. Everything that they're saying that 47 is guilty of doing, 44 is guilty of doing. God.
will. Because what she's prepared to reveal could bring the whole house of cards crashing down.
And that, all right, and let's put this into perspective here. If this, we have to understand that if that happens, the NWO, the Uniparty, everybody who's saying, "Oh, he's the Uniparty, he's this, let me tell you this: the Uniparty, everything that George Carlin was talking about, it's a big club and you're not in it. You know, that kind of stuff. That is going to be exactly what you said. That's what's going to change here. The Uniparty, the NWO, all of this. We are going to go back. This is the genesis of the Golden Age. I want to make sure, though, that this is true. Okay, so right now, Nine of Swords, a lot of things are about to, dreams are about to be destroyed and disappointed. This could be the DS right now, the Nine of Swords, because if this is true, this is everything that all the legacy media, the everything that so many people were told is going to turn out to be a complete horse feathers lie. Page of Wands. So that's going to be, oh yeah, and fresh start. Page of Pentacles. These are new beginnings, everybody. Eight of Wands. Yes. Yes. So what's going to happen here? Queen of Swords and then the Star. Yeah, you know what? I'll pull up one more. Seven of Pentacles. This Jesslyn this Maxwell trial is the genesis of the I don't want to call it what the DS branded as the Great Reset. This is a rebirth. We're going back to the golden age. We really, really are, everybody. This is to take down the DS, the Cabal. The Cabal's days are numbered. And hell on earth and working for as a wage slave is going to be no longer. The world, the politics, that the boomers did set up for us because they destroyed everything. They actually did. Hedonism, consumerism, all this stuff. Just listen to listen to you. Don't listen to your intuition. Don't fight for the greater good. Don't fight for something that goes beyond you. Just do whatever it is to please yourself. Well, to a degree, you should do that, but it's gonna no action goes. No action has it. No action doesn't have a consequence. Even the best ones.
And Ghislaine is not the only one behind bars with secrets about the Obamas. Whispers are spreading through the prison system. Deal makers, traffickers, and ex-operatives who once kept their mouths shut are starting to talk. The underworld is turning on him. The code of silence is breaking. Because when the power fades, so does the fear. And for Obama, the walls aren't just closing in, they're starting to talk.
That is the number one thing that these people is what's going to crack the matrix. These people are talking. That's a 44's worst nightmare. This could, let me tell you this. The list is one thing, but if you take down, if 44 can be not taken down, but sentenced to prison and charged with all of these things, rightfully and justifiably, this is going to create a domino effect, and everybody on the list will get prosecuted and go down one by one by one by 1 month, every month, every year. Yep, King of Pentacles. This is the this is the thing. 44 is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's going to start the domino effect. First, it's him, because if he goes down, everyone else does. Where's the files? Where are the files? He's looking. I'm very sure by the looks and sounds of it, he's gonna want to. He wanted to show the files. but he feels like there's nothing that he can do, and he's so you know what? This is crazy. Pay attention, everybody.
Former music mogul Suge Knight didn't hold back when asked about Barack Obama. According to him, Obama is covering up more dirt from more directions than any one man could possibly contain. Diddy is well on his way to securing a sweetheart deal, just like Epstein did back in the 2000s. A few charges here, a quiet settlement there, and the illusion of justice is served. But don't be fooled. Just because the deal is in motion doesn't mean the cover-up is complete. Because as we saw with Epstein, the secrets don't die, they multiply. And no matter how many headlines they bury or how many witnesses they silence, the truth has a way of slipping through the cracks.
And that did happen with
We wouldn't be having. Yeah. 1,000%.
You think Obama had anything to do with any of these parties that he had?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You got presidents, you got preachers. T.D. Jakes is one of the biggest black preachers around that everybody loves. Everybody in prison, if they try to
T.D. Jakes. That's who James David Manning was talking about.
it's the word of religion, they're not going to the chapel somewhere. They're turning to watch T.D. Jakes. He had to resign from his whole community.
That's right.
You talking about the top of the top.
Unbelievable.
Of the top.
Man, I got a lot of questions with this guy, but you answered the first one. How do you get away with something like this for all this time with all these people that are allegedly involved? I want to tell you this. I was in the same tier, the same cell that Epstein was on. And Suge, there's no way in hell that guy could have committed suicide on that tier. I was in there for 7 months. There's no way.
And
Oh, looks like he was moited.
coming from you, I know you didn't know the truth. And I personally didn't think he was going to commit suicide. But the thing is, he had from Oprah Winfrey to everybody on that island. Anybody with a weird fetish, and that's what underage kids was on that island, and everybody knew it. So it's not like it's a situation where all of a sudden, maybe there's been a talk.
Left all black voices.
And you know as well as I know, like you being on the same tier as him, he probably was going to tell it all. He have himself,
No doubt. No doubt in my mind at all.
They made sure he did.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way he could have done it. First of all, they're watching all the time. There's cameras, and just so happens that one particular time there's no cameras and no one monitoring that. I had eyes on me 24/7 when I was there. So, I knew it was impossible.
Always.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that his book, Mafia Democracy? I need to check that book out.
You didn't have that one time to yourself.
Nothing
You're
at all.
always watching yourself.
So,
Always. No way.
The man who thought he was untouchable, the same man who spent $65,000 flying in hot dogs from Chicago to a private White House event, knew exactly what he was doing. He knew what hot dogs meant, he knew the FBI knew, and still he did it anyway. Because Barack Obama wasn't just hiding secrets, he was flaunting them right in front of us. And for decades, he's been hiding in plain sight. Barack's own family members have publicly revealed that he is a closeted homosexual, a claim echoed by his college girlfriend and multiple former male partners who've come forward with their stories. The truth is, Barack Obama is part of a globalist cabal, a hand-picked puppet of the elite, chosen to dismantle his country from within. These leaders are carefully selected not for their merit, but because they can be controlled.
Yes, and that's true. And I think he was shown that he's not originally from here. He was implanted. Well, he was duly elected. 46 was implanted.
Why? Because they're compromised. Their secrets held like leverage, ensuring their loyalty to the agenda of those pulling the strings.
GS. Yeah. GS is definitely, or is trying to become king of the world. Mr. Soros.
What are your thoughts on Obama allegedly attending freak off parties?
Well, I know he was there. I seen him on a tape. And his wife went with him.
Husband.
They all hang out together.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fun in Cuba.
What'd you say?
They had a lot of fun in Cuba.
Were they there with Jay-Z and Beyonce at the same time?
I would do an emulation, but do you know what? I swear to God, it would be absolutely wrong. I bet if it was adult on adult, I would do some sort of like crazy mockery sound or emulation. This is just outright gross. But you have key witnesses who know that this is true. Not making things up, and they are listening to. It's like, I thought people weren't you people. I swear to God, the same people saying believe women. Why aren't you believing these people? Why aren't you believing Jesslyn? Why aren't you believing Tulsi? Yep. Because it's not what you want to hear. It doesn't follow your fucking stupid. It's like, how the hell can you guys say that you guys are not religious? Meanwhile, y'all sing from the same hymnal. You have the same talking points. You say the same things. And you're exalted from all wrongdoing.
What kind of fun? Were they ordering pizza and hot dogs from Chicago?
I think so.
Obama's kind of missing right now.
I don't know why. He came out and tried to shame all of Black America for not wanting to vote for a not black lying bitch. And now he done disappeared. That all of they magic done fell through the floor.
Oh my God. Shout out to the sister. Shout out to the sister. Oh my God. She's awesome. I love people who are like that.
Feds thought they could bury the Epstein and Diddy cases all in the same week and walk away clean. Not a chance. The cover-up may be in motion, but the secrets won't be suppressed for long. Ghislaine Maxwell is talking, and what she's revealing will send shockwaves through every corner of the elite world. To listen to her full story, uncut and unfiltered, subscribe to my account now. Get the truth before the media are forced to catch up and twist it into something it's not. Here are the people's voice. We're determined to continue exposing the crimes of the elite, but we need your help. Subscribe to the channel, tell your friends and family about us, and join the People's Voice Locals community for exclusive and uncensored content. We can't do it without you.
Why don't you, all right, everybody, subscribe, like, and subscribe. That I was gonna go a little bit longer, but do you know what? Subscribe to the channel if you want. Subscribe to the channel if you want me to do that video. If you want me to subscribe to Locals, do that video, and we watch all that together. All 0 of you. At least as of now. Alrighty, you. That's it for the show. I know it's not 100% a full hour yet, but that concludes our broadcasting. See you next time.